right. How's that for an intro? You like that one, huh, Cody?
That
That
was
was a
pretty cool.
surprise for you.
I did. I liked it. I did. I'll
All
admit.
right, all right. We're doing this test once again. We're here for a cash flow and closing show. Tell me in the comments. I see 5 of you, and there's gonna be more of you coming on. In the comment right now, can you just tell me where you're on? Are you on Facebook? You on YouTube or LinkedIn, or where are you guys tuning in from? And tell us if we look clear on Facebook. We're testing a new app, which I really like. So let me know in the comments. I can actually see them inside of this. Oh, you know what? You may have to actually start the chat in the audience there. But anyways, drop it in Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or wherever, and we will take a look and see where you guys are. But anyways, another cash flow and closing show. We are going to be, okay, somebody's on Facebook. The only thing, it doesn't show the user's name. So if you guys can write your name too, not to ask too much, that'd be awesome. Say, hey, it's Johnny. I'm on Facebook. That'd be awesome. And then one more request really quickly, and I'm going to put it on the screen. Boom. If you're here live, hashtag live. If you are here catching the replay, you know what to do. Hashtag Mr. Replay. Cody, what do you think? What do you think about the new with the new setup here? Or this, maybe it's not new. Maybe it's going to be new and old at the same time for you.
I'm roaming around the internet right now, just seeing where we are. We are in the group. We are on your profile. That thing did eventually pop up on the screen. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like the intro ability. To be honest, I think this is a neat little tool. The only thing I don't like is that they do stick this stupid powered by thing up on the top. So we got to get rid of that. But other than that, everything looks good.
Yeah, no, that is cool. And here's one more thing that I think you may appreciate. I'm just going to put a background and watch this for everybody in the audience. And we're going to get into some meat and potatoes here, but I want to give some people time to hop on here. But check this out. I'm going to put. Boom. Well, we're back. Did you see that?
I did. It muted you halfway through your sentence, but I saw it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you guys are here again, one more time, hashtag live, hashtag replay. We got some cool stuff we're going to be going over. There are some new things like the new modernized way to market the agency, right? So, I mean, there is a lot of saturation in the marketplace. Now, sometimes we can look at it as, shit, this is a hard thing to do. There's so much competition. Everybody's so price conscious. The first thing they want to know is, what do you do and what do you charge? Actually, sometimes it's like, what do you charge? Then what do you do? You know what I mean? So we want to talk about that, how to modernize yourself, how to contrast yourself and create yourself to not be the commodity. Because the good news about a saturated marketplace is that money's already flowing there. Now we just have to add a little bit of tweaks. Like we have a scary offer method that we talk about a lot, but that's how we kind of innovate an offer. That's how we make some sort of contrast from something that sounds like they've heard it a million times, no matter who you sell to, whether it's coaches, consultants, you sell to realtors, doctor, dentists. They've all been pitched. They've all been cold DM. They've all been cold email. They've been cold called. They fill in forms. So it's kind of like, how do you really stand out here? So anyways, in the comments, if you guys have a way that you guys stand out, love to hear from you guys too. But also, if you guys are stuck, let me know, because we have some resources that may actually be helpful to you as well. Now, I'll kind of kick it off and segue you in, Cody, because we've taken a lot of polls, not only from the group, but our emails, and just we talked to so many coaches, consultants, marketers. We've been doing this for 18 years now. So, I mean, we've partnered with so many people doing their back end marketing for them as like a back office, if you will. And the constant things we hear is like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know if I can do it. So it's new to me. So I feel like almost like an imposter because I don't know how to pitch it. I'm not sure what to set for expectations, how long onboarding should take. What happens if a client wants to cancel? What if I get 3 cancellations in a row of my first 3 customers? Am I fit for this? Not really sure what to specifically focus on. Do I do web design, Facebook ads, IG, TikTok, or at all? And then you confuse yourself on how to price it and how to set everything up. And then really kind of even what to offer. And really a lot of people struggle on the most important part, which is like saying words like the price. So you have a great conversation and somebody wants to know a price. And then I hear a lot of people say, hey, you know what? Well, let me get you a proposal. And typically when a client says, give me a proposal, we never want to hear that shit, because that just means they don't really clearly understand what you're doing. But if we're the ones saying, let me get you a proposal and can't even deliver the price, that's when we're going to have a problem. So we want to solve that. Like Vanilla Ice, you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. So the real issue to me, like I put in the description here, it's not actually any of those things. The real issue is just lacking a system, the focus, and clarity, so you know how to go all in, because not knowing this stuff really causes a lot of people just to stay stuck in the mud. They stall their own growth and just go at a snail's pace, when we don't have to be that way. We can pivot in real time, because if you're a small agency, like under 10 people, you can literally pivot in an instant. You can just like that. If you charge $1,000, guess what it takes to charge 2,000? A different word. So instead of saying 1,000, you say 2,000. That's how quick and agile you can be. I came from corporate many years ago, 18 years ago. We couldn't do that shit. If we wanted to make any kind of logical change or adapt to any marketplace, we literally had to wait a year, because that's how long it's going to fucking take before it goes through all the bureaucracy and stuff. So we do definitely, in today's day and age, have a major advantage over big corporations. We don't have their financial backing, but we could, because you can always get creative and get partners and borrow money and stuff. So you can always scale faster. But essentially, that's the things that you need to do to make more money. So let's kind of talk about it. Cody, you have anything to add?
Not really. No, honestly, for what you're saying, I think that the only thing is that, also there happens to be, layers to the new way of doing things. And what we're doing a lot of inside the GSC program now is we're helping people build their offers, create traffic, create systems, the same as we always have. But we're layering these in such a way that really helps people get off the ground and expand their reach and build foundational pieces, so that as they scale up, they're already ready for that kind of stuff. And so some of the biggest successes that we can make sure that people have is first refining offer, then implementing a setter team in there to take that offer to the masses in a way that you might not want to have to do every single day, so that you can stay in your zone of genius, and then expanding on that by adding new forms of traffic that the setter and the sales team that we've helped you refine can really use to benefit. And all of those pieces together is creating a lot of successes now. We've done this over 150 plus times, and really recently, and you guys have been the beneficiaries of seeing me interview some of these people. So we interviewed Mason just last week. And if you want to go back and watch that, one thing that had happened, we got him up to 60K. So when he started with us, he was about 10K months. We got him all the way up to 60K for like 7 straight months. And then he dipped a little bit to like the 20, 30K area, and some stuff happened with his ads, and we helped him implement a new setter team and helped him fix his ads to get them ramped back up. And within a month, he's already back up to 60K. And now he's looking to go even further than that. And this is cash collected, not generated. And so the power of having that clarity and doing these appropriately is really coming through in that. And so I want to do a little shameless plug right here, guys. We are going to be doing, at the end of this month, a masterclass, 100% free for everybody that's in our family here in the group, and on I have no idea where Rahul is streaming this, so wherever the hell you guys are out in the universe, LinkedIn, YouTube, fucking WeChat, I don't know. But wherever you guys are, we're doing this free masterclass for anybody inside of our family. And it's going to be covering how we're building these setter teams for people, where we're finding them, what we're having them actually do, and then how those are actually benefiting their agencies and coaching employers to be able to ramp up and scale to levels like that. And we've helped people do it, like with Mason, to 60K months. We've helped people do 100K plus months with this kind of stuff. And it's a very clear process that we're using. And so we haven't even officially announced the masterclass yet, but it is going to be taking place near the end of this month. It's 100% free. So shameless plug right here. If you want the link, I have set up the link to join. So if you want the link to register for the masterclass and get the Zoom link to join and lock it all in, all you got to do, comment down below on whatever platform it is that you're watching us on right now. Just give me a hashtag setters, or just say, hell yes, I want that, a GSD, whatever, guys. We will get it over to you right away.
Yeah, let me just kind of outline just really quickly, and then we're going to take off for the day, and we'll be back on Thursday. But the modern way of agency, like if I can go back in time and start things over, like I look back and I'm like, it was me for, like, I started with a partner, and then we split up early on, and then I was back to just me. So I did all the cold calling, I did all the prospecting, did all the delivery, I did all the customer service, I did all the billing, all the reconciliation, basically took out the trash. I was the janitor and everything. I was my own assistant. So if I can go backwards in time and take like the advice of what people told me rather than being a hard-headed person thinking. I was like, I kind of compare it to like Allen Iverson attitude, where it's just like you just give him the rock and he'll do it. Just get the fuck out of the way. He only has 4 other players on there because that legally allows him to play in the NBA on the team. So he was a do-it-all mentality, and I kind of had that in me as well. But I would go back and use the first level of cash flow and then would have reinvested back into like somebody to take over the jobs of setting, getting the appointments, doing the cold calls, doing the cold outreaches, the cold emails, everything that I was doing by myself all night, like literally sleepless nights. Just when it was not appropriate to call, I was literally slamming the keyboard, hitting emails. Literally came across Gary Vee probably around 2007, 8. I mean, got projects from him because we're so tenacious. Or when I say we, I mean I, and just hit people hard, left, right, center. I would have probably alleviated that and got some sleep and be able to think and be able to grow it faster. So backwards, I was good with the offer. I was good with the product. I was good with the delivery. The prospecting kept me up all at night because like every Shark Tank member you ever hear, or any person on television that has like a business show on CNBC, they're going to say one thing: what are your sales? The sales they only care about is because just like a body has blood, a business needs sales to survive. So it's the lifeblood of a business. So setters would actually be your expansion plan. So you don't have to do the dirty work and you can do the CEO work. So and especially when they're so inexpensive, like you can get people for $5 to $7 to $8 per hour, like literally under half of minimum wage in most states, and maybe even less than half. I mean, they're going to be doing such high value stuff. Because imagine if one setter can get you one client and you can't get yourself a client in a single month, or you're only getting 2 clients. What if they get you one more? That's 33% more, 50%, whatever the fuck the math is. That's a lot more revenue coming in your pocket, especially if the line is like $20,000 projects. Like it could be $20,000 over a period of time, meaning like 2,000 a month for a period of months, 5 months, right? So there's a lot of revenue potential on the line when you do it right, because it's easy to really find people. That's not the hard part. It's extremely easy going Upwork, going Fiverr even, and onlinejobs.ph. There's so many different websites you can do it. The problem is it's lacking a system. We're dealing with human beings that need absolute, precise, precision-based training off your skill set. So if you don't have the skill set, don't try to do it, because then what you're going to do is end up hurting yourself, because then you're not going to be able to train somebody. And when you can't train somebody, you're going to probably end up firing them and say, hey, this shit's not working. Why does this person not know how to do something that they didn't know how to do when I hired them? And I said I trained them how to do it, but I don't know how to train them. So it's kind of like learn, do, teach, or buy it. That's really kind of the motto. Build versus buy. Do you want to spend hours, like couple, because our training process is literally online platform, learn the on-demand training on your own time for the setters, then live training to get them really, really good at like the cold calling, the follow-up for leads, the triage calls off ads or organic. And then we move them into like management of CRMs and missed call sequences. There's just a whole slew of shit that we're going to be covering on the masterclass that will just kind of show you the ins and outs of how to utilize and use instant leverage. Because like there was I forgot who there was a rapper that said, who says you can't buy time, but he was talking about like this really fancy watch. But when it comes to the 24 hours I have in a day, you can literally have as many hours as you want in a day by just buying the talent, paying the talent to do the 16 hours a day. That means 2 people. If you get 16 hours a day, think of that as like $12 an hour for 2 people, not 12 each. 2 people. Now you have instant leverage. What if they can reach out to 300 people combined and book 3 sales appointments that day, or in 2 days, 3 days? That's a lot of appointments of revenue potential. Like you have to just look at it from if you can kind of distance yourself from saying like, well, what does it cost? Well, what is it costing you not to have it? Look at it that way, because you do have to bet on yourself. It does take people to run a company, not just you. Otherwise, do it. More power to you if you want to be a solo. It just won't make you'll come to a capacity. Your vacations will no longer be vacations. They'll be workcations. So you'll be kind of like at a computer, stuck, not being able to go out if you like to go see and travel things, because every destination leads to one thing. And does anybody know what that one thing is? Everybody wants one thing in common, in my personal opinion. It's going to be a destination. It's going to be their version of what Hawaii means to them. A lot of it leads to freedom. So you want to free up your time. You want to not feel like you do it all. You don't want to feel like shit. All the world's crumbling on me because 2 clients canceled or one person's pissed off. We want to have a as an abundance mentality where we create the abundance. It's not going to come to us. Now there's going to be some luck, but that luck comes with a little bit of skill. Some of you guys may already have contacts and may not know how to leverage them properly. But like we have a couple like Joshua Centers we talked today. He's got an opportunity to work with a pretty big group. And he was coming to us and talking about, hey, how do I repackage my offer and sell it? I said, dude, you have this group that you're about to go in. We're going to teach you how to sell it to that group because they have already the indoctrinated audiences. So we're going to have his setters savage the process when he goes live in that group. So we're going to be talking everything setters. That's the number one hire I would have done if I could go back in time because I was the setter. Now, because I was the setter, it makes me a little bit more skillful and a little bit more like talented to be able to train other people. So I already know what it takes. I know the tenacity. I know how to be calm, cool, collected, and I know how to kind of repackage an offer to get people on a phone to buy an offer. And that's what the setters will be able to kind of leverage for you, because imagine them working as hard for your business as maybe you do. And that's the goal, because part of it is culture building too. Okay. And Cody's his whole background. Look at him, is not even there anymore. His college diploma disappeared. It's all gone.
So
All gone. No, this dude's moving. This guy bought a house without seeing the fucking house. Let's
saw pictures.
yeah, he's got pictures on the internet. Yeah, the modern way to agency, the modern way to buy a house.
Including this one, and I'm going to live in this one. This is what, five buildings now. I've not actually seen any of them before buying. So that's the modern way of buying any real estate. I never saw a single one of them before actually making the purchase.
Man, I wish I can see your names. Like somebody said, this is exactly my plan. I love it. If I don't know who said that, but I can read the chat. It just says Facebook user because we're using this app Restream. You have to kind of like, I think, install something like chat.restream.io/FB, but I won't send that link to you guys. It doesn't really matter. I'm just glad you guys are here. And somebody else says we're live. Restream is thumbs up. I'm excited to get started with this. Amazing. Yeah, no, we're excited too, because there's a lot of people that can teach this stuff. There's tons and tons of people out there. There's just not very good people out there for the most part, because a lot of these people are new. And no offense against somebody new, because like Kobe Bryant, when he was new to the league, he was just a fucking savage. But a lot of people are kind of learning something for like a week and then trying to regurgitate and offer things. What we're doing is we took a patient route and wanted to make sure that what we do doesn't backfire on you, doesn't backfire on us. Most importantly, that mutual relationship can kind of scale your business. That's why we take like very calculated measures when we're offering a product and service, because we don't want to offer something to kill it in a week or two. We want it to go on and scale so we can put all of our energy to make everything much better over time. And that's what I call the blue magic. I'll give you what that analogy is and what that even means on the
that's
live.
That's a whole other live that's necessary to explain that. We have a video on that now, don't we?
We have a graphic. The graphic is unusable. So
the graphic is maybe flashing on the screen while live one time only.
Yeah, we'll skip that one. But yeah, no, I utilize that on my one-to-one sales calls because I use a lot of hooks and analogies and whatnot. Which I actually, speaking of which, we put together a whole entire like sales deck together for everybody in the GSD. And if you're not in the GSD, you can also DM us to find out how to get access to it as well. But most importantly, this next masterclass that's coming up, we'll give you guys the dates. You'll see our posts. Just engage with them. And thanks for being in the group. If you're here live, #live. If you're on the replay, #replay. Smash some heart buttons and tell us in the comments. Like, don't be shy. This group is for participation. So make sure you ask your honest questions. Don't be shy. This is your life, your opportunity to get answers that we a lot of the answers that we keep is reserved for the inner circle, but we want this group super fucking engaged, and pick up the slack for people that are disengaged, and start to purge people too, because we feel like we can help in a lot of ways. Because sometimes, like I was watching a video by Onyx Single, and he was talking to a 9-figure person, and that had pretty much a really bad plan because he has already seen this thousands of times. Now he may not be 9 figures, or maybe he is. I don't know. But the point being is he is a specialist in consulting, like we are. We've worked with he works with big companies. We're working with a lot of agencies. People are trying to get to their first 10 grand. The people are trying to get to 100 grand, and some people are trying to get to $500,000 a month. So we know that marketplace so well that sometimes we can see something in an instant, or a 5-minute conversation could be more valuable than like a whole year with a fucking course. You know what I mean? So anyways, we're gonna drop the bombs on some knowledge bombs on how to scale through talent with setters. I mean, that's such a profitable thing. 18 years ago, wish I had that, because then we'd be way bigger. So with age creates wisdom. Talent. Whoa. Setters. All right, so that was it. I meant to make this. I tried to honestly make this like 10 minutes. We're at 21:17 right now. All right, cool. So let us do one thing on here. Look at that logo change right there. Boom, the wolf is up. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys with something really quick. So make sure while we're doing this, if you want to get access to it, it will be free. It will be on Zoom. I'm not sure we're going to live stream it. We have not decided that. We might just keep it on Zoom alone, just to make sure everybody does show up. We want people to have their cameras on, full attention, because if it's this, to me, should be the most important thing to many people. And as far as time, if it's not a priority, totally cool. But if your goal is to grow the business and grow the agency, jump on this baby. You'll be very, very satisfied. You'll learn how you can ramp up that revenue, make mom, dad very, very proud, make your wife very proud, your children, etc. Build that legacy. And we are going to leave you with something